welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, this time around in English, as you may already have noticed. And today I want to show you 3 different games again. That will be 1 million bullet shooter, pet playground, total tower defense. My name is Gerald, and as always I have a couple of different input devices with me, which is for instance this Arc mouse, which is a Bluetooth enabled mouse for mouse input or touch input depending on what the game wants there. And of course we are going to use the Foldable keyboard as well, which is this keyboard here, and we are going to use the Lumia 950 XL as our main device, so we can use this as a Continuum enabled device with our TV for instance, and that is made possible by using this connector at the bottom here. So this is a cable connector, which is an USB-C connector, and we are going to connect that one with our display dock, which is standing at the side here. And the display dock itself is connected with the TV like this, and so we can project more or less this desktop-like experience onto our TV from our smartphone. That is more or less what Continuum is all about. If you don't know what that is or want to know more about that whole process, please have a look at the corner there, and you are going to get some information about that in other videos where I'm talking more about that. Okay, and so enough talk I would say, and let's start with the first game. The first game is 1 million bullet shooter. This is a pretty nice shooting experience for space shooter. It's really just a very simple game, so there are no advanced techniques or something in there, or advanced graphics or something. It's really a small little game, but it's fun for playing in between waiting or at the bus stop or whatever. So let's have a look at that. I will go to the all apps list from mine here, and we're just starting 1 million bullet shooter. This can be played with a touch display, so with your finger more or less, or you can control it with your keyboard for instance. I'm going to use the keyboard for that in this case because it's just more fun. And you can use WASD and the arrow keys to do that. And in this case, this is the spaceship you're going to navigate through space here. And this is more or less the enemy you're going to fight, because there's just one, and it's all about fighting that one enemy, which is just a giant spaceship in some case, and it's firing at you with bullets, and you are going to fire back at him. And everything is really placed around one screen, so you are just avoiding bullets which are fired by him on one screen here. And the 1 million bullet shooter is more or less the name of the game, because he is firing 1 million bullets at you or something, I don't know, a lot of bullets at least. And you really have to avoid them. You have a shield, you can protect yourself a little bit, but you can't be hit too often, and so please be aware of that. There is not much to see else than that, so let's go to start here. If I click on that, you can see we can go and fight him. We can have a look at the options, where we should have a look at the controls. You can see again WASD or the arrow keys can be used, or touch if you want to. And after that you can have a look at audio for instance. Audio is just about the volumes of the different FX or soundtrack stuff. And after that you are really through with the game more or less. So yeah, or the options of the game more or less. So go to fight, and I will show you what's going on here. It's going to ask you if you want to play it in difficulty, easy, medium or hard. I'm going to use easy. That's hard enough, not unplayable, but still hard enough to play if you ask me. And as you can see, this is our spaceship, and there is this enemy, and the enemy is trying to fight us with different bullet firing stuff. And the pattern will change, and as you can see, you are firing bullets at the enemy here too, and the boss has some kind of HP, and each and every bullet you are firing at him is going to cost him 1 HP point. And at the left there you can see how much shield you have left over, and as you can see, the firing pattern of the boss is going to change, and he's trying to really get you sooner or later. there are a couple of different firing parts here, and you just have to avoid the enemy's bullets. And as you can see, it's really a lot of them. So try to avoid him. It's not too hard to do that at the start, at least. It's going to be harder and harder, and sometimes you are going to be hit, but as mentioned before, you have this shield, so you can be hit from each and every side of your spaceship, more or less, one time, or I think one time, as you can see, and I'm going to die if I do it again like that, but whatever. Yeah. You see, you're not going to explode or something. You're just going to get brought back to the menu, and you lost somewhere on the screen, and that's more or less what's going to happen here. Or you win if you, of course, got the enemy fought back right in this case. It's really not too hard to play this game. You can try it, and I didn't play it on hard mode or something like that till now, but it's going to have a little bit of fun in there for you if you like this kind of game. Okay, so let's go out here and have a look at the second game I want to show you today, which is Pet Playground. I resetted it, and now we should be starting from the start again, hopefully at least. So I'm going to put in Pet Playground in my all apps list here, of course, and just clicking on it. This game is all about doodling with more or less pets. So you earn some kind of a pet by buying it, and if you bought it, we can get rid of this now. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just did not close the advertisement, but I did close the total game, which is not going to be right, so let's restart that. And yeah, as mentioned before, this is a doodle game, so we are going to try to level up our pets more or less. So let's get rid of that. And there's not much more to it than collecting more of the pets here and trying to let them play. And if the pets are playing, you are earning money from that, because that is the aim of the game, so entertain the pets. And let's start with it. Just click on play. You can get rid of the bar at the bottom there. And if we do that, you can see you are going to be at some kind of a playground. And now there is a tutorial starting on here, so click to buy pets. If we click on that, you can see we get a new pet, which is running around at the bottom here. And now we have to drag and drop them on top of each other, and then we can get one. Then you have to click on skip for some reason or the other, don't know why. And then you can use your mouse, for instance, to put the pet on some of the playing fields here. And if they are playing on the playing fields, they are generating cash for you, as you may already have noticed there. Okay. And then you are just going to buy more and more pets and combine all the time 2 of them to each other. And if you then, for instance, want to use them to create new pets, you're just putting them all together, click on get, then you have to click on skip for some reason or the other, I don't know why. Probably because there would have been some kind of an advertisement or something. Oh, come on. And then you, for instance, get a new pet here. And now we have this little bird here, and this bird could be playing, or we just start over again with new pets we have to buy. And what you may mention, or may already have noticed here, is that the price is going to go up for the basic chicken here. And after that, we can put them up. He's asking us to put him for his playtime, so we are going to do that. And now we can just combine more and more of them and create new pets. And as you can see, we are unlocking new pets more or less all the time here. And in this case, for instance, this is a kitty we have unlocked here. And of course, the higher the level, so the harder it was to collect this pet, the more money he will make or it will make when you are putting it up there on the playground. And of course, after that, you are just trying to create new pets by just combining more and more of them. So by more of them, you see this is the money you earned until now. This is the money the basic one will cost you. And if you do that, we can just create new pets by putting them all together here. And this is more or less what the game is all about. So put each and every little guy on the same guy here too. And we unlock a new one. For instance, a snake in this case. And of course we could put him to play, for instance, or go on and on and on. And now you're just trying to get all the different playing figures out here. And as you can see, if you put one or more of the animals then up there, then you are going to have different resources more or less which are generated, or better to say one resource which is generated, which is of course this kind of coin part there. And yeah, this is more or less what the game is all about. So put up, try to level up, go up and play with your pets here. And of course you can leave the game, it will run on. And after that you can come back and have more money to spend. And as you can see, we already can create a lot of different animals here and just go on with our basic one in this case. And try to create more and more of the other ones to combine new ones there. Yeah. So let's go out here and have a look at the last game in this case, which is Total Tower Defense. And this game is a total tower defense game, of course. A total tower defense game because it's called like that. Whatever. It's a tower defense game, of course. And it's not graphical, extremely challenging or advanced or something. But it's really a nice little game because it has a couple of things I never have seen in tower defense games till now. For instance, the enemies are not going to drive around just like that, but they are going to fight your towers back. So in some cases you have to repair your towers, you have to upgrade your towers. You have to set the towers in a different position so that the way of the enemy is blocked, and more or less the way he has to travel is longer than before and stuff like that. So it's really a nice little addition, I like it very much, and let's have a look at that. So Total Tower Defense, you can see that it's here. And now let's wait a little till it's loaded. There we are. You can see we have a couple of different levels here we can play, and I'm going to use one of the, let's say, level 2 or 3 or something. The interesting part is if you want to play one of the harder levels already, you can just go on with that. You are not limited to one of the lower levels. But let's go with level 2 or something. And if I click on that, please wait a little. And as you can see, this is going to be your playfield in level 2. It's going to change a little from time to time. And as you can see, you already have all the different towers available you can use. And you have a couple of different of money parts here. So you have 600, it's called Bitcoin, but it's not really a Bitcoin. So 600 coins in this case, and there is this construction resource you have. And as you can see, there are different towers available. For instance, this gun tower, and there's always a little explanation below it of what the tower can do for you. So if you click on that, just put it in. As you can see, you have these fields to put your towers in. This, for instance, is an ice tower, so something that is going to slow down your enemy. You can, of course, use laser towers and everything else. And here, for instance, are different other parts. There are support towers, so some which are going to make the other towers more effective. And there are these resource ones, but the resource ones can only be placed if you already activated the first wave in this case. And there are some kind of special power parts which you are going to use. So for instance, Thunderbolt, there's a Shockwave, and there is a repair part, and there are just different ones here, and if you click on that, then you are going to see a couple of different informations about this tower, and you can upgrade it or you can sell it, for instance. So you are going to have to use these to really be able to beat the game. Okay, and at the start you are really just limited by your money you have, so just put everything in you want here, and it's all about getting the right combination to fight the enemy in this case. So let's use something like this. If you are ready, you can go to Swarm, and if you do that, then the enemy will start, the first wave will start, and it's going to be here. As you can see, there are going to be a lot of different enemies coming in here, and this is the most annoying thing about this game. Really, most annoying, I really hate that. All the time when you play or click on Swarm, it's going to be first off showing you some kind of advertisement, and that is really bad, but whatever. As you can see here, you have a couple of different enemies which can switch through, which is not bad for you, and at the first level, for instance, you are not going to die anyway. And in between you can of course update your towers to become better and better. For instance, if you want to upgrade your ice towers, just do that. Ice towers are going to slow down your enemy, of course, and all the other towers have different abilities. You really want to check all of these out to find the right combination to fight the enemy. And the good thing about it, this is going to be resetted for the next game. So if this is for some reason or the other not going to work out for you, because there are a lot of enemies which are coming through at the moment here, we can just restart it, of course. But probably we are going to make it, I'm not sure about it. Let's see what's happening here. And as you can see, they are firing back at your towers, and your towers have some kind of health bar there too, and you really have to be aware of that. And sooner or later you are going to have to repair your towers here, like I did now, and of course update them to fire at the different parts that are coming. At the first levels it's really extremely easy, because there are not enough enemies, for instance, to kill you, or if you are killing a little bit of enemies there, it's going to be enough. But if you are going to go up and play the next game and the next game and the next game, after a while it's going to be harder. And as you can see, the playfield is going to change a little. So in this case, you can place all the different towers you have here on the playground where the enemy is going to drive around. So if you are, for instance, going to put all the towers in these lines, you are not going to win this. You have to increase the tracks the different enemies have to travel, and like that you can, for instance, put in different parts. And if you do that, here's this little arrow which is indicating how the enemy will drive at the moment. If you do that, they will have to go around you, and this is more or less what you are going to try to force here. You can't block the enemy from going through all around. So if, for instance, I'm trying to put in a flame tower or some kind of a defense tower at places where it's not going to happen at all, then they will just use another way and try to go on. And if you try to block this way by, for instance, putting in a flame tower at this point or something, then that's not going to be possible for you to do. Okay, so let's have a look what I can do here. Here is a little bridge, more or less, where you have to bring your enemies down. And I'm going to try to increase past the part here has, or the enemy has to travel here, as much as I can, of course. And this should be all I can do at this moment. Let's put in a couple of different other ones. And one thing, the mine of course is a different part. So the mine can be used and put on each and every of the passes here, and should be put there. And if you do that, then the enemy will drive over them and will more or less explode, but there are a lot of them, so you are not going to be safe by just placing mines or something. Okay, and if you are ready, go to Swarm and wait a little and see what your towers can do here. And again, as I said before, it's really annoying. There is, of course, some kind of advertisement. I don't have a problem with that, but I really have a problem with it when it's coming. So it's really a bad thing that it's going to show up when you are playing this game in that state there. But whatever, it's only available or going to be there at the first part, so maybe we can get around that. And of course you're generating energy and resource and stuff like that when you are not playing at the moment, or better to say when you are killing enemies and stuff like that. So let's see if we can kill as much as we can and how much money that is going to bring us in here. And if you have enough money, of course you can update them, and you should. Okay. We might win this, I'm not sure. But it's possible because we're killing a lot of them too. But they are already fighting us back pretty heavily. And I'm not sure if we are going to make this. No, lost this. But as you can see, pretty nice game, especially because they are really firing back at you. They are very tanky, there are very different enemies going on here, very fast ones, very tanky ones. They are the ones that are firing back at you. They are the ones which are trying to hide from you, for instance. They are ones that are very fast, of course, and stuff like that. It's really interesting to play this game. I really like it. And if you like tower defense games, this one is a nice little addition. It's not graphically extremely advanced or something, but the playing mechanics are really nicely done, and you should have a look at that and try to play it. And so, I would say this is more or less the end of this episode. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I hope you had a lot of fun with the games and that there is something you want to play in the game setup here. And so thank you for watching, thank you for listening. If you have any kind of comments, please put them down below. If you liked this video, please leave a like up here. And of course, if you want, for instance, to be reminded when the next episode is coming, which is more or less all the time at Saturday or Sunday, depending on when I can upload it, then please try to subscribe at the bottom there, and of course click the bell button if you want to be notified about it when I'm uploading a new one. So thank you for listening, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and see you soon. Bye!